The bad green fairy was like a male pop star. The references CM and Baz mentioned were things like Iggy Pop and even Marilyn Manson. And these are all directions they were looking at exploring. What came out of the meeting, though, was, we should really get Kylie Minogue for this. Kylie Minogue will be great. And from there, the whole concept of having this kind of evil rocker fairy, sort of dwindled away and eventually never came to be.
I am the Green Fairy.
The Green Fairy was always supposed to be a vision. She was a hallucination, and it was really important that she had a hallucinogenic quality, and there's all kinds of ways you can go with that idea, but it was also really important that she was located within the image system that Baz had constructed for the film.
And off.
When we were doing the harness test, we decided how she should maybe fly around the room, and we shot Serena in the harness flying in the ways that we thought she would need to fly, and gave it to Baz. He knew it was going to work and that we could shoot Kylie in the harness and she would look like she was really flying. All of a sudden it was the day to shoot Kylie.
No, really, Charles, what should happen is Lynn should be there, back to us, and go, alive.
Baz's storyboards were great because they gave us a really good idea of the character of the fairy and how cheeky and energetic she was going to be.
For the wing design for the Green Fairy sequence, what we started looking at initially was things like hummingbirds, dragonflies, bumblebees. It didn't take us long to work out that, in fact, the movement and the look of the wings were quite integrated together. Things like looking at the wings in a static position, their reflectivity and transparency was very, very different than when they were in a fast beating motion in changing lighting conditions.
Okay, making Kylie sparkle. That was, she had a really fabulous costume on already, which is really sparkly. You have to have particles if you're going to be a fairy. You have to have lots of particles around you. But they needed to be particles that had a handcrafted quality. It was really important that the imagery looked like it had been created with steam-age technology rather than digital technology. And so we really tried to make things look like they were actually made on an optical printer, that they were double exposed, that they had blurry edges. We also had to grade her and make her green. There are lots of different greens that she could be. It's funny, you just change the green a tiny bit and suddenly everyone was going, oh no, that looks really antiseptic. And then you change it back and people's saying she looks too pea green. It was very entertaining trying to find the right green, that's for sure.
It was a hell of a lot of work to do for Green Fairy. 30 shots is a lot to do in a hurry. Some of the sequences were 7 frames long. Some of the sequences, I think the longest is about 311. Baz was so particular about what he wanted in like those 7 frames. I think we spent longer on them than we did on the 300 frame shot. He knew everything specifically that was going to happen over those 7 frames, and we had to get it right.
The Green Fairy, once she's actually kind of got the attention of the bohos and seduced them, she shows her true evil side.
You are evil!
We made her eyes red. I think she looks pretty evil.